What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we are back with Mr. Isaac Butterfield. I reacted to a good number of his videos. He's absolutely hilarious, and the man absolutely speaks his mind. Before we jump into this, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and let's hear what Isaac has to say. It's titled Enough.
G'day ladies and gentlemen, my name's Isaac Butterfield, and before I begin this video I would like to take this opportunity to really pay respects to the traditional owners of the land in which we film this video today, watch this video today, and consume all of the videos available on this platform. We must pay respects to those traditional owners of the land.
For sure.
I'm sure you've heard something like that before. It's what's known as a welcome to country in Australia, but they have it all over the world. They pay homage to the people who once lived there by themselves, the indigenous owners, the first people. In Australia, these particular ceremonies happen constantly. Okay, I'm talking about when a plane lands, when you get into a taxi, when you go on...
He said, I'm talking about when a plane lands, when you get into a taxi. He said it's non-stop. It is non-stop.
Uber app, I'm pretty sure it's on Uber Eats' app as well. When you go into a shopping mall or a shopping centre, when you go into a shop in general, there's usually a statement there about the traditional owners of the land, sporting events, funerals, parliament, everything. That's where they have these ceremonies, where we pay respects to the traditional owners of the lands, and they welcome us, the people who were born there as well, onto the land in which we already live. And we, ladies and gentlemen, are sick of being welcomed to our own country. Now, I say that with a caveat. Okay. I think those type of ceremonies are absolutely fine, if not very important, when it is a indigenous person welcoming you to an indigenous ceremony or an event. But to have them used all the time loses all meaning. And that is how most people think when it comes to welcoming someone to the land in which they already live or acknowledging the traditional owners.
So I'm intrigued to hear what you guys think. Would you guys say you're more so in agreement with Isaac that it's too much? It's everywhere, and it's like we live on this land, so how they welcoming us to a land that we live on? Or you guys more so on the side of I 100% do think they're absolutely important. I think I've never been to one of the ceremonies, but I can assume they're probably great to be at. But do you guys think there's not enough acknowledgement of Aboriginals in the country? And the reason that you see it in so many shops and places is to get, I guess, to open up people's minds more, or I don't know. Y'all talk to me. Why do you think it is, and which side of the fence do you stand on?
I don't think there's anything that wrong with saying, hey, we're a little bit sick of them. Okay, like you could do them. They're important and they're great, and it's a very interesting cultural experience. But don't do them every 5 minutes, otherwise they lose all meaning. And also, why are you charging thousands of dollars just to have these ceremonies? If you're doing them all the time, it sounds like you're making bank. A few weeks ago, I made a video all about this topic. It was called Enough is Enough, and I think that's how most people think in this situation. Not just whiteys like me, but I'm talking about anyone from any different nation, any different color. People agree with the idea that, hey, these things are important, don't do them all the time. But here in my country, Australia, the land that everyone wants to visit, the Australian government have gone one step further, and it's going to blow your mind. I give you an acknowledgement of autistic people. Why? Why is that?
Huh? An acknowledgement of autistic. I'm gonna let him keep talking because I'm not grasping why. I'm just not grasping why. An acknowledgement of autistic, like a ceremony? What?
Not a thing. Why are we acknowledging, like, don't clip this. Why are we acknowledging autistic people? They don't need to be acknowledged. In the same vein, we don't need to acknowledge blind people or people with psoriasis. Yeah. Just let them be. Exclusive. The Australian government is slammed for introducing an acknowledgement of autistic people in an official document. Yeah, this is where these things start.
That's strange. I ain't gonna lie.
One introduction into the public realm, and then it becomes more and more and more and more. The welcome to countries here in Australia, or any of these Indigenous ceremonies, they happened once or twice, and now they happen all the time. Could this happen with the acknowledgement of autistic people? In Australia, they do smoking ceremonies to welcome people to country or to the land the Indigenous people once had by themselves. But will they do the same with autistic people? Will they replace that smoking ceremony with a screaming ceremony? Or a no eye contact ceremony? Or a panic and running out of the shopping mall because there's too many lights in here ceremony? What the fuck? And to make this even more what the fuck, and to make the rest of you collectively go,
because there's too many lights in here ceremony.
What the fuck? The Australian government has been slammed for sticking an acknowledgement of autistic people straight after acknowledgement of country. They've done one after the other. There's too many acknowledgements. The Federal Social Service Minister, Amanda Risworth, launched Australia's first ever national autism strategy. My strategy would be to avoid them. Now, Amanda...
strategy would be to avoid them. I don't have a problem with a strategy to help improve the life of autistic people. I have no issue with that. I'm sure they face challenges that we may not understand, that non-autistic people may not understand. So I don't really have an issue with that. The acknowledgement is kind of pushing it. It's kind of wild. That's the government y'all go a little bit too far now.
Minister for Tism, which is what I would like to call her. I respect what you're doing, okay? I really do. I think it's important to make the world in which we live accessible and welcoming to all of us. And I understand that she is trying to improve the lives of autistic people, and I think that is absolutely fantastic. I have autistic friends. And here's some of them right now. And I think it's important to be very welcoming of these people. I think it's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, to be serious for a moment, autism is something I've lived with my entire life. My brother has it. He's severely autistic. He's nearly 30. He's never spoken a word. And to be, frank, he can't look after himself, and my mum's his full-time carer, and still is to this day. And I know that autism is a spectrum. Obviously, there's the very severe cases, and there's the chicks who just started on OnlyFans and they wear glasses. I guess you could call that autism. I guess that's some type of autism. But for the longest time, these people haven't been looked after, and I think it's beautiful that they are being looked after. The NDIS in Australia, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, is really looking after these people, helping them get out of the house and go into the community. Like, it's beautiful. So anyway, this lady has a 7-year plan, which the government's pledged $42 million in funding towards. It seeks to create a safe and inclusive society where all autistic people are supported, empowered, and thrive in all aspects of life. Beautiful. It's a long plan, actually. I was having a look at it. It's 76 pages, right? But right after they acknowledge the land on which autistic people now live, there's this. Acknowledgement of autistic people and their families and carers and the autism community. The Australian government.
We just acknowledge, oh my days. I think he's right in the sense of what's next. Is it going to stop because he got acknowledgement? And I understand the acknowledgement of country, acknowledgement of the Aboriginals, the people who were on this land first, along before people started coming from the UK, from Europe, we'll just say. I understand that and wanted to acknowledge them, but it's just, I don't know, the acknowledgement of autism to me is just kind of like wild. Like I said earlier, completely agreed, love the strategy to help make their lives easier and improve their lives in any way, all for it. But an acknowledgement, like a ceremony like type thing where I don't know, that's just kind of. But I guess in a sense we acknowledge a lot of different things. We I guess we don't put it in a document as acknowledgement of these, but we acknowledge it in different ways. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what you guys think on this.
Government
I'm in
acknowledges
shock.
autistic people, their families, carers, and support networks, representative organisations, and the autistic and autism community who have worked tirelessly and campaigned long and hard for the establishment of the National Autism Strategy. The Australian government also acknowledges, this is so much virtue signalling, it's doing my head in. The substantial time and commitment of members of the National Autism Strategy Oversight Council, supported by working groups, yada, 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 who led co-design of the strategy and its first action plan. Why do you need all these acknowledgements? It's like, you know how some people, some women particularly, they'll go, oh, I'm a girl's girl. I'm a girl's girl. I'm a girl's girl, but they fucking hate women. When you have to be so overtly virtuous and show, look, this is how good I am. This is how amazing I am.
Yeah.
Usually it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Usually it's a lie. Someone is full of shit in there somewhere. And it's probably the autistic person. Companies, corporations, governments, and people are guilty of the crime of virtue signalling, and that's what they do with the Welcome to Country, and that's what they're doing with the Welcome to Autism or whatever it fucking is. This is why people have an issue with particularly the Welcome to Country in Australia or the Welcome to the Indigenous Land. Because they know it's bullshit. They know these people who are doing it don't fucking mean it. Remember this. It's always the people or the groups who are the most outwardly amazing and look at me and I'm doing so well and we're so virtuous and we care and we're so progressive. They're always the fucking hidden racists. They're always the people who just don't give a shit about others or people with disabilities or people who are suffering. They're always the ones. And you shouldn't trust them. But I think what's more important is no one wants special treatment. No autistic person wants a fucking acknowledgement of autism. And I don't think many Aboriginal people here in Australia or Native American people in America or anyone else all over the world, I don't think they want to hear how we acknowledge the fact that they exist. No one wants to hear that. It's like looking down upon someone. Oh, do we need to acknowledge
I feel what you're saying.
Oh, you need an acknowledgement. That's bullshit. And no one wants to fucking deal with that. It's pity. It's pity, and no one wants fucking pity. Just fuck off and let.
I feel like definitely no one wants pity, 100%. But in saying that, I think maybe I don't know how it is in Australia. It seems to Isaac like they're overdoing it. But I do think people should be acknowledged due to history. So they're not forgotten. But like he said, if they're overdoing it, then I can understand where he's coming from. But I do think, hey, we need to acknowledge the people who were here before us, acknowledge their way of life, acknowledge their culture. So I do feel that way. But I think, Isaac said it's too much at this point.
Everybody get on with their day. I think that's the best way to look at it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Toodaloo au revoir. Bye-bye.
Great video. I'm very intrigued to hear what you guys think about it. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, give a video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. And I'll see y'all next time.